Quite a quiet day weather-wise, and it wasn't too cold either. I mean, it could have been a lot colder than it was. But no, it was very pleasant.
Yeah, it was. Certainly lots of people out walking. Carol, thank you very much indeed.
Just worth looking ahead, 8:10, talking to Grant Shapps, Transport Secretary, about the railways and about those increases in fares kicking in today. So any thoughts you have on that, we would like to hear you this morning.
7:47 now, with Brexit on the horizon, the government's first budget next month, and a new Labour leader just around the corner. 2020 looks set to be another busy year in politics.
But is it likely to be as bumpy as last year was? In a moment, we'll be joined by two political pundits. First, though, Josh Parry takes a look back.
Aisha Hazarika, columnist at the Evening Standard, former Labour Party advisor, and Sebastian Payne, Whitehall correspondent at the Financial Times. Just looking back kind of reminds us all, doesn't it, what a year it was. Thank you both very much indeed for joining us on Breakfast this morning.
Time now 7:56. That means it's time to get the news, the travel and the weather where you are.
Deserted town. What happens though when there's more than one? Look at this. This is a US highway. It had to be a train journey.
Train fares have increased again. In a moment, we'll be talking to the Transport Minister, asking the question why. First, let's have a quick reminder of how the last year has been for rail passengers.
Mentioning too, if you're in Shetland tomorrow, later in the day you'll see some snow at lower levels, but there'll also be gales or even severe gales. But in the sunshine elsewhere, it won't feel too bad at all. Not as warm or mild, I should say, as it will be today, but nonetheless in the sunshine. Perhaps that's a good payoff, Lou and Charlie.
Maybe it is, Carol. Thank you.
We like characters in our sport, don't we?
We certainly do.
Yes.
We've got one coming up for you.
Speak to one now.
Right now. And I hope he's feeling clear-headed this morning because he had quite a night last night. Pete Snakebite Wright realised a dream that has been night. Go to bed.
Oh, wow. How lovely.
So thanks very much.
You're welcome.
What a character. 27 minutes past 8. Congratulations to him. Let's get the news, the travel and the weather wherever you are. Situation. Thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck to you and your family. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for having me and sharing the story.
Wow.
Let's see, time now is 8:34. The Transport Secretary, Grant Shapps, has told Breakfast he wants to strip Northern Rail of their right to run the service. Northern has been...
A new study suggests that artificial intelligence is as accurate as humans in diagnosing breast cancer. Kind of New Year, New You panel, haven't we?
Oh, yes, about what you can do to change your own life.
Yes, absolutely.
Self-help. But speaking of people whose lives have already been transformed...
Yes. Peter.
Tell us a tale.
Right. He has changed his life overnight.
Hasn't
Last
he?
night, his life changed by winning the PDC World Championship darts final at Alexandra Palace. We spoke to him just a few moments ago.
Leave you without talking about what's going on in the Labour Party.
Correct.
And, of course, you know, who's going to be next leader? What do you make of what's happening right now, and who would you like to see?
Well, talk of Radio 4.
He's done the trail already.
Yeah, move up. Thank you very much. It's great to speak to you. Thank you so much.
So let's get our final look at the weather with Carol right now. Tell us the details, Carol.
Good morning, everybody. Well, Charlie, for starters, it's a windy day across the board, but our most recent strong gusts of wind have been in South Uist, 59 miles an hour, Stornoway, 52, the Isle of Man, Ronaldsway, 46, Aberdaron, northwest Wales, also 46, and even in the cities in Scotland, Aberdeen and Edinburgh having gusts of wind 44 miles an hour. And you can see how windy it is just by looking at those isobars. The strongest winds in the north and the west, but we also have a couple of weather fronts which are moving from the northwest towards the southeast, bearing rain. Now, the wind is coming from a mild direction, namely from the southwest. The mild conditions really represented there by the yellows, but it's not going to last. So a cloudy start to the day for many.
Breakfast that he wants to strip Northern Rail of their rights to run the service.
Yes, he was talking to us as millions of passengers face paying more for their rail tickets from today. Victoria is at London Bridge Station for us, and a frustrating time as always really at this time of year for passengers.
promises to themselves, setting goals with the aim of transforming their lives.
Yes, how do we turn New Year resolutions into a regular lifestyle? We're joined now by 3 authors who can hopefully help us with that. Izzy Judd, morning to you, Lauren Bravo and Rongan Chatterjee, morning, who've all written in different ways about the steps we could do to feel both mentally and physically a little bit better about ourselves. I'm going to start with you, Rongan, actually, because what's really inspiring about your advice is it doesn't take up much time.
Yeah, everything in the book takes